जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Bhattacharjya Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दियो.
We were here waiting for an exciting game. We spoke about last year's game, the thrilling heist that Rinku had pulled off. But the suspense today was whether the game will happen or not happen. The umbrellas came out, but the sponge and the irons, the hair dryers didn't come out, which we had seen in Ahmedabad last year. We sat here, had our chai, pakora, some more chai, then dinner. We are back at Cricbuzz Live. There was no game. Joyda, Polly, just the worst thing when there's no game. We're all waiting for a game and this is what happens.
Hey, I have to tell you, I'm personally relieved because playing under these conditions, especially Kolkata, they have a chance for a playoff. I mean, they're there in the playoffs. They have a chance for a top 2 position. Injury happens now. You just don't want it to happen. That pitch the outfield looked really wet out there. There were lots of wet patches. So I'm relieved it didn't happen. I mean, it's really not such a bad thing. And a 5-over game, I don't think did justice to either of these teams.
Wouldn't have done justice. Someone's off the board today. We've given 2 bullseyes to Polly, haven't we? That's what we've done.
Well, I guess they would get no runs, both teams, and I was 100% right. No runs for the total and no runs in the power play. So I'm 2 from 2. 2 bullseyes. Eat your heart out.
Yeah, you're
CK.
2 bull.
Eat your heart.
Well, your guess will reflect in that leaderboard later, but...
You see, there's naught. That's what I said they'd get. I said they'd get 0 runs and 0 in the power play. And I was 100% correct. So that's 2 bullseye for me.
Yeah, but you're still at 0, Polly.
See how they laugh?
We're really sorry. We tried.
Should I go with test wickets or one-day wickets?
No, none of the above.
But we'll have a look at the points table. We didn't get off the mark today on our prediction game. But what has happened after today's rain is that Gujarat have been eliminated and KKR sit pretty there with 19 points now. They will be the table toppers, Joyda.
No, they're not necessarily the table toppers because Rajasthan could still win their last 2 matches and reach 20. But what they have done is ensure that they will definitely be a top 2 team. And I think it's not so important to be table toppers, rather to be a top 2 team because in some way being a top 2 team means you get 2 chances at reaching the finals. And also there's a reason where I'm quite okay with them being a top 2 team because in 2012 and 14, when KKR won its last 2 titles, both times they were second in the league stage, not first.
Are you seeing that smile?
So I'm quite happy for them to be second.
Are you seeing that smile, Polly?
Well, I'm just concerned for him because if RR don't win their last 2, then they're going to lose the eliminator. Because he's just said that they can only win if they come second. They can't win if they come first. I mean, I didn't say it. Joy said
No, wait a minute.
Right? Would you agree?
Firstly, it's not even an eliminator match. That match is called a qualifier.
Qualifier.
The eliminators between 3rd and 4th.
But
as Mumbai plays that more. But so what is Mumbai playing this year? I'm not sure.
Ouch. Ouch. No game today, but we're certainly having a boxing game today in the studio. That's what's happening. But KKR will be very happy with the way the season's gone when they look back on how things have gone. Right now, they're sitting there at number 1, definitely one of the 2. So they'll be very happy with their campaign in whole.
Yeah, we touched on the pre-show, didn't we? I mean, all bases have kind of been covered. Everyone's made contributions. It's been a real team effort. They've had some outstanding performance, but in and around that, they've had some consistency, and that's the key. As we said, the only concern is now Salt. They're definitely in the next game. Cricbuzz has to, or whoever they decide is going to be the next opener, I would definitely turn to them. And unfortunately, if they do, that record of the best opening partnership for the season
just
won't be
fall short.
They'll just fall short, which is a bit of a body blow.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't, just for that reason. Because what do they need? 7 runs, I think. It's only 7 or 8 runs.
Yeah, they're 553.
Break the record.
It was 556, I think, was the record. And just a few runs short.
But Joyda, did you expect this at the beginning of the tournament that they'll be top 2 at this point in the tournament?
No, but I have to say that the moment Gotham came in, to have somebody who...
Sorry, did they get a thumbs up from you?
They got either way. So the only 2 teams who got a thumbs up from me were Rajasthan, who have justified it, and Mumbai, who I thought was a shoe-in for the playoffs.
See, he was giving me a hard time, but he was actually the one who thought that Mumbai would get through and that Calcutta was not unsure.
And the only two teams that I said would not qualify this year were Punjab, okay, which is true, and SRH. So I can't say I've
You've got your
done.
predictions wrong from the word go.
So
You've
last
been
year I was
consistent.
actually perfect in my predictions.
Yes.
This year I have done nothing right.
Had you given them a thumbs up?
I don't know. I picked 4. I went RR, Chennai, Mumbai. Can't remember who my 4th was.
You can just say KKR now.
Remember? No, I wouldn't have gone KKR because that would have pleased Joy. No chance. He never gives us any joy in his questions. So why must we give him the joy of being talking well about Calcutta?
Well, someone who's not going to be happy at all is Gujarat with the way the campaign's gone. What lessons can they take out from this campaign? Because we spoke about it in the pre-match show. It could just be this one-off season. It's not too much to panic about.
Yeah, so they'll finish. I mean, they can't do anyway. They can reach 13. But my point is that I think the big thing you're looking at Gujarat and they're looking at themselves and saying that they're not that far away. There were a couple of close matches. There were a couple of blowouts, but there were a couple of close matches. I think having Shami back is a big thing. Mm-hmm. I think their net run rate, they allowed it to just slip terribly. The second thing I have to say is that they have to find a solution for the opening slot. And as he said, Sudharsan is ready for it. So they'll have to look at a keeper batsman. I mean, also you're looking at somebody, he's had a marvelous career. He was there from the start of the IPL. If you look at him, he's been there from the start of the IPL. Riddhiman Saha, I think it's about time they look at somebody else as a keeper. Because otherwise, their batting adjustment will not work at all. So they need another keeper batter. I think they look at that, get a pace bowler back, get Shami to spearhead their attack. So there are a few pieces missing, and I think they'll need to replace those pieces.
Do you see Riddhiman coming back next year, or do you see him going back into the auction at all?
I don't think they would hold him. I think if it's currently as it stands, if you can only hold 4, I think there's much better options that they hang on to. I'm sure he might put his name back in the auction, and sentiment might be get him back. What role he would play. Also, we have to see. It's that impact sub. If they decide to stick with it or don't stick with it, that'll affect a lot of selections because all of a sudden then the all-rounders will be looked at in a different light because you've got to be able to kind of play those two roles in order to help the balance. So I think he's done great. I mean, he's won a title with them and he's made some brilliant contributions. But unfortunately, there does always come a time where you kind of need to move on, and I feel it's probably there with Saha at the moment.
But anything else you think Gujarat will take away? We spoke about how they got their combination of Sai Sudharsan and Gill.
Yeah.
Too late in the campaign. That's something that they'll go back saying that these two are probably going to be our future openers.
I would definitely think so. Left-hander, right-hander combination. They showed their power getting a partnership of over 200. They're both young, so you can really move forward with them over the years. I'm sure Rashid will be back to his best. They have Shami back. Whatever other selections they go with. I just feel that, and also Shubman Gill, I think he's learned a lot from his first season as captain. I don't want to judge him on this year. I think we'll judge him from the next season on, once he's got the firepower of his bowlers back and up and running. But I think this kind of sums up their tournament. It gets to the last chance. They've got a kind of chance of maybe making it, and gets rained out. And listen, this season's not yours. Come back next year and see what you can do.
Well, luck has just not gone their way, and today was just a really drab day for, I think, all cricket fans all across. But it has been a very exciting week, and we've had a whole lot of cool moments all through the week. So let's have a look at the carrier room air conditioner's coolest moment of the match from the entire week, because, of course, we didn't have any game today. So if you all had to pick one cool moment from the week, now let's go back into memory lane, because so much happens every day. What comes to your mind the quickest?
Yeah, I think Sai Sudharsan. Last year in the final against the same opposition, what did he get to? 96? And I was watching that game and going, come on, you got to get 100, and he gets out. It's like, in the final, your first RPL 100, that would have been so cool to do it in that match. He didn't get it, but a year on, basically a year to the day almost, he plays the same opposition, same ground, and this time he gets his first RPL 100. So for me, that was the coolest moment.
I mean, it was just also so much learning for him. He's come across, he looks like such a mature player since last year also, from the experiences that he's had.
Yeah, I mean, he really looked good. I mean, I love the way he plays. He's got a bit of style and time into it, and every once in a while he uses that force. But I think for a year he would have been sitting there going, oh, if only I'd got those extra 4 runs. Well, he didn't have to worry about it this time. He's got it now.
Joyda, for you.
Something that's not so much to do with the cricket is just the continuing friendship of Ishant and Virat, and it was just so much fun to watch. So first he gets hit for a 6, then he sort of gets the ball to just divert a bit and gets the edge, and then he playfully bumps into Virat when Virat is walking out, and Virat is like fuming but can't say anything about his friend, and he knows he's having some banter. So then when Ishant comes into bat and gets out, Virat gives him a mouthful, and it's just so much fun to watch it. I mean, 2 guys starting off their career together.
They were what,
under
roommates?
19, yes. Kids, roommates, Delhi under 19 cricketers together. Ishant with his rickety old scooter, all roaming around Delhi, and those kids 15 years later, 300 wickets for one of the greatest batsmen, more than 80 centuries for the other. So we are talking about 2 greats suddenly transforming themselves into school kids again and remembering those days. That was so much fun to watch.
It was cool.
That was a very cool moment. I think, I just feel RCB has given us so many cool moments. So if I had to pick one, it probably would just be them winning 5 games on the trot. And just giving so much discussion on that points table, because we spoke about it, where you all said, oh, no chance that they're qualifying. From there to RCB fans still hoping and holding on to that hope, saying that no, we could still qualify. It goes down to the last day of the playoffs. So I feel that's pretty cool as well.
True, they've had an amazing run.
Well, let's have
It has given their fans a little bit of hope. Saturday's
the day. That's the
I
big
don't know.
thing.
I mean, if someone wins, I think LSG, if they win 2 games on a row, they might be on to 16 and they might be out of it. But they'll be hoping that their RPL survives until Saturday, and then they can see what they can do against Chennai.
Well, they're making it very exciting for us. Let's have a look at the tweets that you all have come up with as your coolest moment of the week. First up, we've got Vignesh, who's written in, oh, there you have it, Joyda, the Kohli-Ishan banter. Only Ishan can make Virat laugh on the field. We've seen Virat laugh quite a bit, but next up, Anurag Prabhu says his career coolest moment of the match is Kohli's direct hit to run out Shashank Singh. That was that one cool angle and how fit the King Kohli is. Next up, we have a gentleman's game. Underedge says Bengaluru winning 5 on the trot and keeping playoff hopes alive, eagerly waiting for the game against Chennai.
With the storm, is all the tweets and Instagrams not available from the rest of the country, just from Bangalore? There's three of them for all Bangalore.
Because that's how much Bengaluru fans are so passionate about the game.
I
And
reckon the rest of the country's down.
see, KKR fans are relaxed today. They're sitting up top. So they just said, we don't have to really discuss anything today too much. MI fans, I don't think really want to bring up with anything at all on the table. So it's the Bengaluru fans, 5 wins on the row. We have to give it to them. I mean, no other team has done
I'm just checking
it.
whether we're getting messages from the rest of the country. That's all I want to know.
But that really does, like we were talking about earlier, it really keeps those hopes alive for...
So Surya's 100 was quite cool.
Sorry, who was?
Surya's. Sky.
Surya's 100.
He's got a Mumbai. He had to
get a Mumbai.
I mean, that was also quite a cool moment.
It was.
Especially with India heading towards the World Cup, and he's going to be a big player. And just thought I'd throw that out there just to get a bit of balance. Just a bit of balance in the...
All right, team MI has got the MI cool moment in as well. But these were our carrier room air conditioners coolest moment of the match. I'm sure tomorrow we'll have a whole lot of fans coming in and telling you that we're not just RCB, there are many more cool moments. So we'll send that across to you tomorrow. But we had several very cool knocks as well this week. So let's have a look at who your Omnigel spray performer of the day is, who ensured no pain for the fans. Have you all picked your Omnigel spray performer for the week?
I think we agreed on it, didn't we, Joy? It was
Absolutely. We
Travis Head and his performance. It was just... Look at that. Striking at 300, basically, off 30 balls.
8 fours, 8 sixes, and I think the big thing, 167 they chased in 9.4 overs. And if you look at the way that they batted, they bought back. A couple of matches had gone down, and we were wondering whether that momentum was there as SRH. Have they cooled off? And they come back and they win like that. And the two things that happened was, once the fear has come back again.
Yes.
And the second thing that they've done is they've improved their run rate so measurably that they're telling themselves that we just need to get ourselves one more. They're already on 7, okay? We get ourselves another couple of wins, we're through. And they've got a genuine chance at going further.
And when they play these days, they just hand in the Omnigel out to all the fans because they're going to get hit by cricket balls flying into the crowd, you see.
But we spoke about this as well, that they're setting that tone early up, and that's what Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma have done, is that they just outplay the opponent in those 6 overs.
Yeah, I mean, from the outside, just as a neutral, it would be lovely to have a final with KKR versus SRH, and both opening pairs going hammer and tong at the top of the order, both facing like 10 overs each, and seeing what could happen in a shootout. So in the ideal scenario, I'll be watching from home to see if it does transpire, but obviously Salt's no longer there. But yeah, I mean, they've been brilliant, those two opening pairs. And Head has almost given Abhishek a new lease of life. I think batting the other side to him, he must feel like, a rock star out there, and just thoroughly enjoying just being able to whack it like him.
Well, KL Rahul spoke about it as well and said he's not seen anything like this before. And I mean, he was surely in a lot of pain, but I don't think we've seen this kind of batting. We can't remember the last time batters have been so aggressive.
I think that's the thing. This year has been a change in terms of, definitely Head and Abhishek started it, but then Sunil, Narine, Phil Salt, Sudharsan and Shubman Gill the last match. You've had these really destructive opening pairs, Yashasvi and Joss Butler. They got it going once or twice, but when they did, it was spectacular. And I think that's now the IPL model. Top players coming up front, telling themselves, if you're here for 6 overs, it can't be 60, 65 anymore. It's got to be 80, 85, 90. Or in the last match, they did 107. So that's what they're looking at. They're really looking at hitting it big in the first.
There's been 200s, haven't there?
Yeah.
In the first 6?
Yeah.
I mean, we used to think back in the day that 50 was kind of the benchmark.
Yeah.
If you could get to 50 and make sure you kept the batting side under 50, you felt like you'd done a good job. What was the one? Was it 125 or something?
No, I think 107 is the highest this year.
125 was 0 was the first time when they got, and then the second time was 107.
Yeah, sorry, that's
so they've had done it twice.
They got 6. They got 125 and 6. Sorry, my bad.
125 and 6 overs. I mean, really.
Had you got in the power play prediction that day?
Yeah.
Sorry, Polly. All right.
I mean, actually, I live in Delhi, so I had post PSTD just blanked out the 125. Everyone in Delhi.
He's given the opponents a lot of pain for sure, but
PTSD,
Travis,
sorry.
But Travis Head's performance against Lucknow was our Omnigel Omnigel spray performer of the day. He ensured that there was no pain for the fans. And for Hyderabad's sake, they'll be hoping that he continues to put this on to the opponents in the coming games as well. And tomorrow, we've got a game which is going to cause pain to one of the teams for sure. Delhi will be taking on Lucknow tomorrow, and this is a do or die for Lucknow. For Delhi and for Lucknow, of course, they want these 2 points because their net run rate is really low.
Yeah, Delhi have to win just to get to 14 to give themselves a chance. Lucknow, if they win both, will end up on 16, but their net run rate is so bad that even on 16, they won't be secure. I mean, if you had said to someone a week ago, you'll get to 16, people would have jumped that. But there's a chance that Chennai can end up on 16, Hyderabad can end up on even 18. So even 16 with a bad net run rate might not squeak them through, whereas Delhi, on the other hand, they'll be hoping to win. But their net run rate is so bad as well that even if they get to 14, they've probably got a very slim chance. So it's kind of elimination time for whoever kind of loses in the next one, I would think, because, I mean, although Lucknow can get to 14, if they lose one and win one, I think both of their net run rates are so poor that something special is going to happen in order for them to squeak through.
So, Joydev, tomorrow's game, RCB fans will be watching very closely as well, correct? They will be cheering for Delhi to win.
Yeah. What they need is for Delhi to win, because even if Delhi wins, they need Lucknow not to cross 14. That really helps them. They know that even if Delhi reaches 14, their run rate is below them, much below them at this point in time. And Delhi will find it very difficult to make up that kind of run rate. So as long as Bangalore anyway needs to win, if they win, they're at least what they are, 0.387, they're 0.4. 0.8 you cannot make up in one match. So they need Delhi to win. So definitely Bangalore is cheering for Delhi to win. I'm just thinking of who the others, I mean, really at this point, I think Hyderabad still have their fortunes in their hands. They're not thinking too much about it. But yeah.
Well, that's what Bangalore, if you ever look at that, that's what Bangalore want to win. I mean, want Delhi to win. Because if they win, then it basically still means that Bangalore have got it in their hands.
Yes.
Because Hyderabad can go above. But the moral of the story is that if they beat Chennai by a certain amount of runs, 20 runs or 2 overs to spare, they can hop over Chennai. So their qualification will be in their hands if Delhi win tomorrow.
So Lucknow is coming into this game after that massive loss that they had against Hyderabad. So when you get into a game like this, you're already low on confidence. Lucknow, of course, KL Rahul really needs to step up with the strike rate. That's been a concern for them.
Yeah, I think partnership-wise up top there, I presume Quinny will stay at the top spot because they chopped and changed quite a bit. But they haven't fired at the top, and when you see the other teams and what they've been able to do, I think all they basically need is just an opening partnership of the fires. If they get 65 or 70 in that initial 6 overs, that's what they've been desperate for, and that would be a good strike rate and also a partnership, and then the others can come in and play. Bowling-wise, I've been happy with what I've seen. I mean, it hasn't been anything exemplary, but they've kind of done the job. But for me, it has been their batting. And when you look at the likes, I mean, Quinton de Kock, Pooran, Stoinis has had his moments. You would kind of hope for more. I mean, those two left-handers are so exciting when they get going.
Joy, are there any changes you see happening tomorrow?
I think the only one I see is that if Mohsin Khan's fit, I want him back again instead of Krishnappa Gautam, because they have a couple of spinners. They have Huda, they have Kunal Pandya they can throw the ball too. They have Ravi Bishnoi. So 4 spinners seems overkill to me. I'd bring back that left arm angle gives them a little bit. And when he's played, he's given them options. And up front, somebody like a Jake Frizzemacher kind of way he bats, you want to throw different options at him. So definitely that. Secondly, they'll be in a strange place because KL Rahul at one stage, with whatever has happened and whatever we've been seeing on air with the owner and all the fracas out there. So at one sense, he'd probably want to say, I want to walk away from all this. The other is he's actually at heart a very loyal team man. So he says that, my team, they could go in 16 and he will not give up this opportunity to make sure his team does well.
Well, apparently the rumor is that he hasn't travelled with the team, but he'll be joining them directly there. And all that went down, Lance Klusner spoke about it and he said it's no big deal for us because they're just 2 passionate cricket lovers who are having a discussion. So clearly the team doesn't feel like it's any big deal at all.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind having good, honest, open chat and discussions. I just think it needs to be done behind closed doors. There's no need whatsoever to be on a balcony with everyone to see and everyone. This is why it's dictated papers, because we know about it. And, if it happens behind closed doors, so be it. You've got to be open and honest. You've got to splash out where you feel that they're at. And as an owner, you put a lot of money in, so you'd be disappointed with the way the team's gone. But there's ways to handle it, and that clearly wasn't the way to be out in public so everyone could see.
All right, Joyda, for Delhi, the big positive, of course, is Rishabh Pant comes back after his one-match suspension. So he will be that clear one coming in. But otherwise, any changes that you see? So
Rishabh walks in for Kumar Kushagra, definitely, who hasn't really been one of the expensive players, hasn't worked out. I thought the bowling looked pretty good. Their bowling didn't let them down in a ground as Chinnaswamy, death sort of graveyard for bowlers. They did pretty well. No, there's nobody else. See, the big
David
point...
Warner?
It's an interesting one, but David Warner last time, I think you have to give him another chance, because who do you go to otherwise? If you look at what they're doing at this point in time, their only option otherwise is, as he said, that if he can go and take a Nokia and take David Warner out and go with another bowler. Last time they played with only Indian bowlers. That is the only thing that they can do. But what they were doing was they were solving for Chinnaswamy. So they packed their batting. And their Indian bowlers didn't do badly, but they just, even though they packed their batting with international players, it didn't work for them.
Do you see David Warner playing tomorrow? Would you like to see?
I'd probably be surprised if they changed it again. The only thing is if they feel like they've got a good matchup or or that Nortje or Williams could do a good job against the top order, against Stoinis in particular. I mean, they might think that Stoinis is the danger man coming at 3. He's been the one in form, and maybe they want the firepower of Nortje to run in and bowl quickly at him. So that might be part of the discussions. But chopping and changing is never ideal. So if they change it again, it would be a little bit of a surprise for me.
All right, your players to watch out for then.
My player to watch out for, really, if he plays, and he should play tomorrow, is KL Rahul. Because he has a point to prove, and I think I'd love to see him do well out there. And on the other side, Delhi, Rishabh Pant coming back, it's an important game. And look, for a moment, let's stop and say that what Bangalore and Delhi have accomplished right now, after the start they have to this season, has been absolutely fantastic. Both those teams have roared back, played, never given up, and played themselves back into contention. Whatever it is, they've taken this game all the way back here. And I think you've got to commend Rishabh Pant for that, commend Bangalore for that, and give Rishabh Pant that credit that that team was doing nothing. He smiled his way through, and they fought and clawed their way up the order again.
Polly, for you, I won't be surprised if you pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Quinton, definitely Quinton, because, I mean, come on, it's like time, Quinny. It's time you produce something, and we are heading towards a World Cup. I'd like you to get some runs before you leave the shores of India. And then on the other side, who am I going to go for? I think Fraser Berserk again.
Fraser Berserk. I like Fraser Berserk.
He didn't get out in the last game. It wasn't his fault to get run out at the...
Yeah,
he's not going to back up, but he's going to continue to strike. So I think he's the one everyone tunes into to just have a look and see how he gets on.
All right then, we have not too much to do now except answer your question, which doesn't give too many people joy, as Polly said.
Okay, here's a question. If it's Ricky Ponting for Australia, Kevin for England, Jeetan Patel for New Zealand, Dwayne Smith, who is it for India? And Polly got it absolutely right. These are the first people to win man of the matches in T20 internationals for their team.
I got it right in what it had to be. I didn't know it was Dinesh Karthik.
And it is, of course, our Cricbuzz is very own Dinesh Karthik.
I just want to understand, do you always have a connection to your question, or that's just a trick thing that's thrown at us?
No, there's not always a connection. It depends on what my mood is that particular day.
So we get that clue in that there isn't always a connection.
Or like the CIA, I will say, I cannot neither confirm nor deny that.
And who was the South African one to get it first?
Was it you?
No?
I don't know.
Okay.
I should check.
The fight continues, doesn't it? The fight continues.
It may have been Graham Smith.
It is Graham Smith, I think. Because you guys didn't get in the first match in Joburg, which was against us. You got it one match later, I think.
No, not our first match was against New Zealand. That's where Jeetan Patel got his.
Jeetan Patel got it. Then against India, I think Karthik got it. Then it must be after that.
Joyda, do you know that he is going back to South Africa because you didn't put the South African in your question?
I'm sorry.
So
I was going to stay, but now
I'm so sorry.
You've ruined the friendship.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How can I make this up?
You can't. Done.
So he's going to go away. But we completely forgot to tell you all who got it right. Just because Polly got it right doesn't mean you all didn't answer it before him. Giri Teja, well done again, Giri Teja. We've got your name in quite a few times. Congratulations. I'd do the thumbs up now.
Well done. Yeah. And your thumbs up is better than mine.
No, so because he's now upset and he's leaving, we've decided to do a quick rapid fire with you, Polly.
I'm not upset, but anyway, I am leaving.
All right, so your top 4 teams.
What for this one? Okay, so RR, Kolkata, SRH, and I'm actually going Chennai.
Ooh.
Left field.
And your finalists?
My finalists, I think, will be SRH and Kolkata. I think R&R are sort of on the decline.
Ooh.
Big call.
That's a big call. Your highest run getter then?
Well, Kohli's going to go out of the mix, isn't he? Because his team's not going to get through, I don't think.
But RCB fans still have that hope.
I know.
Polly.
But so who do I go for? Salt's on his way out. Narine. I'm actually going to go for, I think, Travis Head. I think Travis Head's going to finish in the way he started, and he's going to keep compiling runs.
Okay, your highest wicket taker.
Narine. Anything else you need to know?
Just one last. The winner.
The winner will be...
Look at Joyda's face there.
The winner will be SRH.
Oh, well done.
Because it's got the three South Africans. I've got to stick up for my South Africans. Come on.
He's sticking up for his countrymen, but he is leaving for his country. So, Polly, it was a lot of fun having
Yes,
you
good
over
to be here again. Thoroughly enjoyed my time.
And we will add in your 2 bullseyes there, which you've
Definitely.
gotten today.
It was factual.
It was factual.
Absolutely factual.
Yeah, it was factual. So we'll give that to him. Joyda, you're not going anywhere, so we'll be seeing you very soon.
Yeah, and my apologies. It was Lutz Bosman who won the first one.
Ah, was it? Okay. I don't know if I played in that game. That's maybe why I don't remember.
He's still going back. He's still not going back, not changing his mind.
No, you're wrong. It was Graham Smith. You were right. You had to be.
You know what? Once again, just doubting me. Once again.
Yeah,
See,
we
he
doubted you.
He was just tricking you because you didn't say KKR is winning. So he just wanted to do that. And
you just did something to me. So I'm just.
So he's just playing with you. That's all we can do, Polly.
Okay, no problem.
But like I said, I was supporting you wholeheartedly, so I will make sure that
2
you get
bullseyes.
off. You get off the mark with 2 bullseyes, and the rule being only someone with a bullseye wins. So
Yes.
finally, when it happens and GK doesn't have a bullseye, we will all do a video call and celebrate with
Yes.
you. That's
Thank
what
you.
we'll do. Joyda, I'll be seeing you. We are going nowhere, so we'll be seeing you. Everyone, thank you so much for watching on the day when there's no cricket that was a winner. I feel it's just a winner when we have you coming and watching us. So thank you very much. Please do join in tomorrow at 7 p.m. We'll be there. That's all for now. Good night and goodbye.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
হায়দ্রাবাদ 50 এক্সপ্রেস পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दो